they changed the voice. It went from "this meeting is being recorded" to "recording in progress."
Yeah, they got tired of the longer message, I guess.
I know, but it feels weird. I'm like, who's this bitch?
Who are you?
Yeah. Oh, hi, Mom.
Hey.
Sarah's here.
Hello!
Wait, has Ray been outside this whole time? Yeah. Oh my god!
Not the dog! Listeners, this is the most chaotic episode of Bookish Babbles to date, and that includes the wrap-up episodes with multiple people. So, thanks for listening. Appreciate you. I hope that Alyson has fun finding this audio when she edits. I don't know if she'll keep it in, but she's currently like checking on her dog. Just kind of left me unattended.
Hey guys, Alyson editing. Apologies for the chaos that is this episode. We had some technical difficulties. I was bone tired, but we did it. Here we are. I hope you find it entertaining. And again, thank you everyone so much for listening, and I hope you are having a good holiday season. Love you guys. Bye.
This is going to be interesting. I am so tired right now because I made a mistake. But anyway, hi everyone. Wait, yeah, take two. Okay. Oh, the package was delivered. Cool. Hello everyone, and we are back with of course, another bonus episode. And of course, it's Taylor Swift themed because why not? She's the talk of the town. And of course, Sarah's here, so woo!
Hello!
Yep. By the way, I can't get over the fact that like tickets for the Eras tour are just going everywhere. They're impossible, and that nosebleed seats now are like $500. It's like what?
Yeah.
Like like at like those should be like $60 to $70 at most, not almost 500. That's insane.
I mean, bigger bands now, back row seats can go for a couple hundred, but five is excessive.
Yeah. Which it, what happened? Because like before, like the pre-sale announcements, they were saying, "Oh, you can get tickets as cheap as 50," and I'm thinking, "Awesome, this will be more accessible." What happened behind the scenes to change this?
And also, what happened with Ticketmaster giving out like thousands upon thousands of pre-sale codes? So that way people kept getting kicked out of queue today and yesterday. Hi, it's been a fun time living on the internet. I wasn't even trying for tickets and I'm mad for people who were.
I know. Like, I've also just been looking. I also like during my break today spend most of it just literally scrolling through the Taylor Swift merch, thinking, maybe I'll buy myself something since I don't think I'll be able to get any tickets.
Okay, but we have to acknowledge for the fans out here who know about the 5 seconds of summer tag. We have to acknowledge that I dropped almost $200 on merch when I saw them.
Yeah.
Like, I had a savings account dedicated to Five Sauce Night.
Yep. And by the way, if anyone wants to get me the All Too Well notebook for Christmas, I wouldn't oppose to that.
I can bring this to books. Do you want me to attempt to get that for you since you're getting me Ari and Dante 10th anniversary edition?
I mean, yes, please. You heard it here live, everyone. Everyone knows what we're getting each other for Christmas. But anyway, also,
Ari and Dante comes up later, so it works.
yeah, this is good. This can be an interesting episode because I made mistakes last night because I went with a group of people to see Wakanda Forever again, and they're like, "Let's go see it in IMAX." So I go all the way to Providence, and we caught the 9:55 show. That movie's
No.
3 hours.
You had work this morning.
Yes, I did. I am tired. So, folks, this is now Bookish Babble starring Sarah. She's gonna be carrying this episode. I'm just the drunk aunt guest. I don't know.
Listen, I got a bad back, but I can carry this. Let's go.
Oh man, I was feeling very down because obviously I was very tired and not having a good day at work, but the author of the beloved Wizarding World series, she's a terrible person, but one thing she definitely got right is that the Dementors are supposed to be like the representation of depression or whatever, and after you have an encounter with a Dementor, you're supposed to eat chocolate to feel better. She got that part right.
That small aspect of a whole world.
Yeah, she got that part right. Especially if if the chocolate's in ice cream form. But anyway, so what are we doing, Sarah?
The read of Taylor's version book tag.
Yes, because it's been about a year since it came out, so why not celebrate doing this?
I do not know who created the original video, but Alyson can put that in the show notes.
Oh yeah, there's like 2 or 3 different quote unquote original tags that I found on YouTube. I forgot to write down the person, but I can find the video, so I'll link the questions I used in the show notes. See what I mean, guys? This is why you don't do what I do last night, everyone.
Check the show notes is what we're learning here. Check
Yes.
those show notes. Hit up the social medias. Say hi.
Ernest Hemingway once said, "Write drunk, edit sober." Well, this is me recording tired, and I'll be more awake and sober when I edit, I promise.
You haven't had alcohol, have you?
No, I haven't. I'm just tired.
Guys, I know her well enough that during this conversation, she referred to her drunk a couple times, and I'm like, no, you're sober. I know you drunk, you're sober.
I know. I'm just tired. Okay, what's the first question?
State of Grace, best opening book in a series.
You don't read a ton of series.
I have an answer, though.
Oh, yay.
And it's not my usual Twilight answer.
What? Are you feeling okay?
Be proud of me. I suddenly remembered this series I read in middle school and I'm reading it again.
Nice.
The Wolves of Mercy Falls books by Maggie Stiefvater. I'm reading Shiver, which is the first book, which is my answer to this question.
Okay, yeah, that's a series I've been putting off for years. But I have the whole trilogy.
I'm reading book 1 again. I don't remember if I ever read past book 1.
Mm-hmm.
But I still remember this book as an adult. I still remember plot points.
Oh, actually, that can be one of the questions for later, because I don't think I answered it. Because, hi everyone, I'm tired and I was working today, and I didn't actually answer all the questions. Good chunk of these I'm going to be answering on the spot, so this will be fun. But anyway, I did
do this another day.
What?
Are you sure you don't want to do this another day?
No, we are capturing the chaos. It's going to be great.
Okay. Okay, well, let's make sure we were consensually capturing the chaos.
Yes. But I actually, even though I didn't write down answers for a good chunk of the questions, I wrote down 3 answers for this one, apparently.
Love that for you.
So I wrote down An Ember in the Ashes. Someone dropped something upstairs. 6 of Crows and These Violent Delights. All our first books in different YA fantasy series, but highly recommend all of them.
Yay, YA fantasy.
Woo! Okay, next question is Red, a book that makes you feel a whole spectrum of emotions. And again, okay, I think this is the last one where I wrote down multiple answers. I wrote down 2 for this one.
Who's going first?
I'll go first this time. So I said Arden Grey, which is another YA, but contemporary, that I read earlier this year, and it gave me so many feelings. So I finished it in a day, and I started reading it when I took Bubba gambling. I'm sitting in the middle of a casino reading and almost crying.
Okay, but I'll tell you about mine when we get there, and I think I've already told you where I got caught crying reading it, so.
Oh yeah. And then my other answer was just the Ember and the Ashes series.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead, Sarah.
The 100 Years of Lenny and Margot by Marion Cronin. I know I've mentioned this book a couple of times on the show, but it's so good. And Lenny is pure chaos. I had to remind myself of which character was younger and which was older.
Mm-hmm.
But Lenny is pure chaos. Like, she's a terminally ill teenage girl who is like purposely pranking people and trying to be a pain in the ass. Like, she's loved because she's annoying. Before you get to know her, you love her because she's annoying. But I also, when I was substitute teaching, got caught reading that book on my break while my kids were in music class, crying in the hallway of an elementary school.
Oh man.
I keep getting, Miss Hackworth, are you okay? And I'm like, I told you to call me Miss Sarah, and yeah, I'm fine. It's the book.
I love it.
Treacherous, a slow book you ended up loving.
Oh yeah, I wrote down an answer. So I said The Circle. I don't remember who the author is, but it's the book that's based off that movie that Emma Watson was in a while ago, which was basically like Big Brother combined with Google type of situation.
Oh boy.
Yeah, where she gets that job and it's like it's like they're watching you. That song was playing in all the trailers. But yeah, it's definitely a very slow burn type of book. Like it's not like a light breezy beach read, but it's, really fascinating. I remember it being like really fascinating to read, and then also like just being very anxious while reading it because, it just felt a little too real at times.
Yeah.
Yep. And that book came out like what, 5, 6 years ago, and let's just say our realities may or may not be a little bit closer to the book. But yeah, moving on from that dark thought, Sarah, what'd you say?
Magic Lessons by Alice Hoffman, the prequel to Practical Magic. Like, you're following Maria Owens from the time that she's a literal baby found in a basket by a crow until she's a grown adult with a child, and her child is like teenage aged at the end.
Oh wow.
He doesn't want to be bothered.
Aw, hi. He's so cute.
He's good when he wants to be.
Yeah. The next question is I Knew You Were Trouble, a book you knew you probably weren't going to like, and you were right.
I didn't answer this one.
Shit,
Hell.
neither did I. I was hoping you had an answer so I could think. Dang it!
We tried, guys. I have answers to most questions.
It's so hard.
Not one of them.
I don't know, like half the books we read in school.
Great Expectations.
There
Great Expectations. Final answer. Locking that in.
you go.
I used to watch a lot of game shows when I was a kid.
Yep. Yes. Did you ever watch Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Yes, I had fun making fun of Jeff Foxworthy most of the time.
Yep. I'm pretty sure my parents gave me a board game at one point of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader for Christmas.
Okay, but that sounds accurate for your family.
Yeah. Like, we don't play board games like, every day or every week, but when we do, we get into it.
I'm mad I've never been around for one of those evenings because I want to see how cutthroat it gets there.
Oh, dude, you have no clue how cutthroat Uno gets. Like, and with Trouble, all family ties mean nothing when we're playing Uno or Trouble.
Have you heard of Uno Flip?
What?
Have you heard of Uno Flip?
No.
I'm gonna have to get it for you guys for Christmas
Yes.
because one side of each card is double-sided. One side is the normal Uno cards that you're used to,
Mhm.
and the other side is absolutely cutthroat. Like pickup 2 becomes like pickup 8.
Oh my god.
Like it gets
Oh, I thought pickup
brutal.
4 was bad.
Yeah, pickup like 8.
Dang. Okay. I think is there ever because the thing I'm trying to think because other than the books I read for school, like I've had to read for school, I don't like consciously pick up and read books that I think I'm going to hate.
Valid.
Yep.
But
Although I haven't read it yet, but I did end up getting the love hypothesis for a project I may or may not do in the future, so that could be interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, no need to dwell on that. Let's just move on to the next question.
All Too Well, a book you know all too well because you've read it multiple times.
And this is the non 10-minute version, people.
That comes later.
Yep. I said The Lightning Thief because yeah,
Duh.
I read that book so many times.
For you, duh.
Yeah.
Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe.
It's 10 years old, everyone.
I know. I'm so excited that you're getting it for me because like it has bonus content. And the movie already premiered in like film festivals. Give me the movie.
I know. Is there
Give
even
it
a
to
trailer available we can watch?
I'm not sure, but I hope you know that when the movie comes out, you and I just need to sit down and watch it
Yeah, no,
together.
we are watching it together. And if I okay, after okay, Allison in editing, if you go on YouTube and if you find a trailer for Ari and Dante, put it in the show notes. Okay. So it's fun talking
Um,
about the future.
did you hear that the sequel, the audiobook, got nominated for a freaking Grammy?
It did?
The audiobook got nominated for a Grammy.
And Lynn's the narrator in that one too,
Lynn,
right?
Lynn,
Great. Now I need to listen to that. I guess I'll oh great. Now I want to reread that and put myself through emotional pain again, but what else do I do in my spare time?
emotional damage, emotional damage.
Also, speaking of emotional damage, all I want to do, right? I am in a big mood right now. After we're done recording, I'm either going to fall asleep or I'm going to rewatch episodes of Clone Wars or the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and I just might fall asleep to those, so I might just do both. But anyway, hey, did you answer the question?
I
Yes,
did,
you
Arian.
did. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm definitely falling asleep after this. Okay, next question. 22. I don't know about you. And then every time I hear this song, I think of the TikTok sound.
Bitch, I hope the fuck you do. Have fun editing that out.
No, we're keeping it. I always mark these episodes as explicit. There's a reason because I curse too much.
Okay, so again, bitch, I hope the fuck you do.
Yep. Anyway, so a coming of age book.
Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell.
Yeah, yeah, I was thinking that too. I mean, pretty much also just any YA book, basically.
Yeah, I more thought of Fangirl because it's an age that you don't often see represented.
Yeah.
Like, she's going from high school into college. That's an interesting gap, and she's very much learning about herself in the way that you're used to seeing YA handle with like early high school.
Yep. Oh, that made me think of another one where it's like a coming of age story, but in college, and the main character is 20. Again, but better by Christine Riccio, aka like the original booktuber. Because in that book, the main character is Shane. She's 20 and she's studying abroad for a semester in London. So yeah, a lot of growing up and character development happening there.
Y'all, I hope you know that she got so excited when she said ooh just then that the whole desk shook a little.
Sorry.
There was camera movement. I felt like I was in a professional program here.
This is why this is an audio medium.
I have to give them insights when I can. I also do finger guns more often than you probably think I do, listeners.
Yeah, she really does. It's pretty funny. Anyway, we both answered 22, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're on to I Almost Do, a book you almost pick up but never do.
Refers to my notes because two authors' names is harder than one. She Gets the Girl by Rachel Lippincott and Allison Derrick. And
Yay!
you'll be excited that Allison Derrick spells her first name the same way you do.
Yay! I should get that book then, just because of that.
It's written by wives. They're married to each other.
I think I saw them at wait, yeah, I think I saw them on TikTok. That's how I heard of the book.
But also, I feel like She Gets the Girl is gonna be more of like a spring fall read. Like that's the vibe it gives me.
Okay,
So maybe I'll bring it with me when I go to my cousin's wedding.
there you go. I mean, I kind of gave an answer earlier, the Shiver series.
Yes. For those more familiar with it, that is the Wolves of Mercy Falls series. Shiver is book 1.
Yeah.
I'm reading it now.
Oh, also, just a couple other books because I'm staring at my bookshelves now. All My Rage by Saba Tahir, Death in Her Hands by Otessa Moshfitz. I don't think I said that right. And my God, what's it called? Ray Bearer by duology by someone. And I still haven't read the new Taylor Jenkins Reid book, but that one isn't quite as bad because it only came out like a few months ago. But still,
Oh, Carrie Soto.
yeah.
I want to read Malibu Rising again first. Because I remember that she's kind of crazy
Mm-hmm.
in that. Like, I remember she tries to set things on fire.
Oh yeah, as one does.
But then she wasn't the one who caused the spoiler fire.
No. But anyway, so yeah. Uh, wait, did you answer?
Yes, She
Okay.
Gets the Girl.
Right. We went on that whole tangent. See, this is why Sarah's carrying the episode, guys.
Next question, I'm going to give you violent flashbacks to college literature classes.
Oh dear.
We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, a book you hated and will never read again. I have to disclaim this by saying that it is not the author's fault. It's the memories associated with having to read this book for the first time. Alyson, you were in this class with me and you
I know.
understand.
That's why I'm giving you the look I'm giving right now.
Persuasion by Jane Austen.
Yep.
He dropped his pen. He dropped his pen. He was so consumed.
My
I
God.
can hear it in her voice in my head still.
Why?
Hi, if a student's having an anxiety attack, don't drag them into a classroom. They'll hate you forever.
Yeah. Typically how it goes.
Yeah, persuasion is my answer.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that one. That is a book I think I can see myself rereading one day, maybe in like 10 years, but nope, not now though. Maybe I need to read a couple other Jane Austens first. Like I really want to read Sense and Sensibility. I guess that's another one that could apply to the last question.
Grace is reading Sense and Sensibility right now.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. How's she liking it?
She's really enjoying it. She hasn't had a lot of time to make progress in it because she just moved down to Pittsburgh.
Right, that'll do it.
But that's her book right now.
Mm-hmm. And we are never getting back together. Oh, I lied. This is another instance where I wrote down 2 answers. But I said Walden and Great Expectations.
Okay, I'm glad that we both were on the same page with Great Expectations not being.
Never again. Never again. The only like quote unquote Great Expectations book that I like is the Last Hour series because Cassandra Clare said she loosely based some concepts and characters off of, Great Expectations, and that is the only time this is acceptable.
But now I'm having violent flashbacks to Stephanie Meyer basing each book of the Twilight Saga off a different classic novel.
Ay, ay, ay. Yep. What was it? New Moon's obviously Romeo and Juliet,
He,
right?
I forget which order it's in. One of them's Romeo and Juliet.
Well, because of the whole, oh no, miscommunication, Edward is Romeo, like, guess I gotta go kill myself now.
Yeet.
Yep, and then I'm pretty sure Breaking Dawn. Are you still there, Sarah? Oh, fuck. Is this Zoom call cursed?
I don't know. I got kicked off.
I know, what the hell?
But I did in the time I was struggling to get back online and look up what we were just talking about.
Oh,
So you were right. New Moon is Romeo and Juliet.
okay.
Twilight is Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah, that makes sense. Didn't I? I think I might have been saying it before I noticed you got cut off, but I think I was gonna say Breaking Dawn is like Merchant of Venice.
I have a Midsummer Night's Dream. That's what it's saying here. But I
Huh.
can see both.
Yeah.
And Eclipse is Wuthering Heights.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I don't know.
Also, apparently, Anne of Green Gables had a large influence on her writing as well.
Well then.
Allison's like living for Anne of Green Gables right
Yes.
now.
And I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I can't. My brain isn't smart enough to process thoughts right now. Okay. Did we both answer the question?
Yes.
Okay. Next.
My answer was Persuasion, and you
Right.
had multiple.
Yep. Robert texted me. Oh no, he didn't. That wasn't a real text. He's just laughing at something I sent him earlier.
You do that to me all the time, and it's usually while I'm at work.
Yeah. But anyway, next question is stay, 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 a book everyone dislikes but you love.
Love is a strong word. Love is a very strong word.
Yeah.
But a book that I enjoyed that a lot of people hated, and this might be a go-to answer because I have said it a few times here for different things, but The Midnight Library by Matt Haig.
Oh, okay.
That book got some hate. And like, do I think it could have been better executed? Yeah. Was the concept fascinating? Also, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I didn't write down an answer, but I guess my sort of go-to answer is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, because it's not the most popular book in the fandom, and I very clearly love it. Hence this podcast.
Hello, here we are.
Yes, here we are. All right.
That truly is where it began, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's when you decided.
Yep, that literally my first episode was talking about the first 3 chapters of that book. That's what I chose to start this whole thing on. And look at where we are now. I still can't believe.
Okay,
Well, oh, sorry, what was that? Your audio went out for a second.
I hope you enjoy the fact that I went to cover my mouth yawning.
Oh,
And after last week, all I could think of was Twilight. That was already 2 weeks ago almost.
oh,
How is it so long?
I don't know.
Time
But,
isn't real. I also lost like most of last weekend to a migraine.
oh yeah.
So it feels like Salem was last weekend. Because hi listeners, we went to Salem. It was
Woo!
fun.
I loved it.
Alice came home with books. Shocker, I know.
Yes, and a couple journals as well. Was
And 2 wands.
yeah. But anyway, we both answered the question.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, because ballad started everything. Next one. The Last Time, which is a great song. I love that one.
Yes.
Yep. What was the last book you read?
I actually already used this as another answer earlier, but I'm in a really bad reading slump right now, as Alyson knows way too well.
Yeah, I know all too well. Ha 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 ha.
Haha. Go back like 3 questions. You'll see why we're laughing. The answer for this one is still Magic Lessons by Alice Hoffman. I've tried to read like 4 other books in the middle there and just haven't been able to get through them.
I hate it when that happens.
Shout out to Less is Lost by Andrew Sean Greer, because that's the book I've made it the furthest in.
Woo!
I want to finish that book, but my brain won't let me, and I'm very sad.
Yeah. Last book I finished was a couple days ago, The Kiss Curse by Aaron Sterling, which is of course the companion sequel to The X Hex, and I really loved it. Like, I enjoyed The X Hex when I read it last year, but I really loved The Kiss Curse. Like, Gwen, who's the main character in this one, I think she makes a really good main character. Like, I still love Vivi, but I think she and Rice definitely work better as supporting characters.
Disclaimer, do not read these books if you're on a trip with your mom. You'll hit the first spicy and get very uncomfortable, and then put the book away and not finish reading it, and then you'll lose track of the book, and then you won't be able to find it again. Yeah, all of that happened. I'm considering getting a new copy from Book of the Month sometime soon.
Yeah.
Because mine is just gone.
Oh, guess what I ended up getting from a donation bin because I'm not sure how to find my copy of certain book.
What?
A Book of the Month edition of In a Holidays.
I got a copy of that last year so I could read it this year.
Yeah.
I think I would have read it last year if I wasn't with my ex still.
Yeah.
Because Christmas with them was very hectic and chaotic, and it's fourth quarter at work, which means like I'm already kind of losing my mind already.
Mm-hmm.
I hate fourth quarter.
Yeah. But anyway, so next question. Holy Ground, a fan favorite book.
I know this one's a favorite between the two of us, and I've seen a lot of people hype it over the years, and I'm so glad it holds up. Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell.
Because some of her other books don't quite hold up as well.
Eleanor Park.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
I
maybe attachments too. I don't know.
I hope you know that going through NaNoWriMo and struggling as hard as I am right now, I keep going. Fangirl was a NaNoWriMo project.
Yep.
Fangirl was a NaNoWriMo project. And then I write another 1,000 words.
There you go. Another book was a NaNoWriMo project, though I don't think you've read it.
What?
The Night Circus.
I have not read it. I've heard very mixed reviews on that book, believe it or not.
Yeah, I know. Like, because it's not a book I'd necessarily recommend to everyone. It depends on what your reading taste is. Because if you like kind of slow burn, magical setting books, then I would definitely recommend it. And like the atmosphere in the book is amazing because like the way Erin Morgenstern writes about it, the Night Circus is a place I want to go to. But it's definitely not a book that, like I said, it's not necessarily like a light beach read. That's why I wouldn't recommend it to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I need to reread that because it's been like almost 10 years since I read it, I think. Or no, like 8 years, because I think I was like 16 when I read it for the first time. But anyway, moving on. We're not talking about the Night Circus yet.
It scares me that you remember how old you were when you read certain things.
Yeah. Or was I 16 or 7? I was definitely in high school when I read that book. It might have been pre-Goodreads, so I don't have a date on that. Like pre when I got a Goodreads account. So it might be one of those books I don't have like a red date marked on. I'll always remember that I was 12 when I read Percy Jackson because Percy's 12 in the first book.
Yes, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll always remember I was in 5th grade reading some of the Twilight books.
Yep. Good times.
That means I was like 9. I was like 9 reading Twilight.
Oh, dang. Did your parents not really supervise what you were reading? Did they just kind of let you have free reign?
My parents supervised to a certain extent. Like I remember my mom taking water for elephants away from me
Mm-hmm.
in a very similar time span.
Yeah.
But like I'd always been interested in vampires and they knew that it was just harmless interest in vampires, which I also kept into like high school.
Yeah. I think that's
I remember my mom being very upset that I read Breaking Dawn because I was talking to a friend about details of the book and she was like, the spice was off the page, right? And I'm like, yeah, but he broke the bed.
uh,
Oh no, the wolf imprinted on the baby.
I'm just glad that when I saw Breaking Dawn Part 1 in theaters, it was not with my mom.
Oh my god, you would have been dragged out by your hair.
Uh, I saw it in theaters first because I think I saw it like opening weekend with my friends, and then when my mom went to see it like a week or two later, she's like, "Huh, my daughter watched this."
I
I think we were in
I
like 8th grade or something, so I wasn't even in high school yet when that movie came out.
Yeah, that sounds right time-wise.
Yeah.
I hope you know that I fell off after Eclipse, like movie-wise.
Oh, okay.
I still don't think that I've ever seen all of Breaking Dawn parts 1 and 2.
I am watching those with you.
Yes, I've seen most of them
Mm-hmm.
through multiple different watchings. Like I remember when my ex and I watched them, I wasn't feeling too great.
Mm-hmm.
I slept through parts. But I remember being at a freaking house party with like it was for my mom's boyfriend's friend and his
Mm-hmm.
kids. And they had Breaking Dawn Part 2 on, and I remember seeing the fight scene
Oh
and
my
just
God.
standing in the middle of their kitchen, like, what the fuck? This isn't what happened in the book.
Yeah. No.
And then I saw why it happened the way it did, and I was so mad I just walked outside and sat in the grass. I was like, fuck, I'm done with the indoors.
Yep. Um, you answered it right.
Yes.
Fan favorite question. So I said A Court of Mist and Fury because that is definitely like the favorite book in that series. Although I have not read any of the new books in that series. To me it ended after the third book. I'm like, I don't have the headspace to get back into this world ever again. So Court of Mist and Fury.
Remember meeting her?
No, we met Cassandra Clare, not Sarah J. Maas.
We met Cassie. I always get the two a little confused.
Yes,
I
it's
know someone who met Sarah though.
oh, nice.
I can't remember who for the life of me right now, but I know someone who did.
Yeah, I remember reading A Court of Mist and Fury like the summer after I graduated high school because I actually read the first book when I was getting my nails done for prom, and then when I was house sitting from one of my summer jobs, I was reading book 2 with a cute dog next to me. So good memories attached to those series, but I have no interest to continue. Anyway, next question. Sad, beautiful, tragic. A sad but beautiful book.
Can I just say anything Nina LaCour?
Yeah, there we go.
Especially especially if I had to pick one or two, Watch Over Me and We Are Okay.
Yep.
I
Uh,
feel like I need to read her most recent release again to try to fully understand it, if that makes sense.
yeah. Same, because it's like I kind of know what happened, but also what did I read?
Yeah, exactly. And I was very sad that that happened to me with one of her books, because you know how much I love her.
I know. Um, gonna write down an answer, but hold on. If I stare at my shelf, I will think of something. Maybe I'll just say The Fault in Our Stars.
That's the thing about pain. It demands to be felt.
Without pain, how can we know joy or whatever the book says? But yeah, I'm almost surprised you didn't say they both die at the end.
I thought about it. I thought about it. We love Adam Silvera in this house,
Yes, we do.
but I haven't read it in years, and I don't remember what his prose is like.
Yeah, true. Remember when we got it signed? Remember when we met him and Becky and got our book signed?
He complimented my jacket and wrote Rufus equals by life.
Yep, it was awesome.
I was so glad that I brought my copy of They Both Die at
I
the end with me on that trip.
Yep. My biggest regret is not bringing my copy of Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda for Becky to sign. But
Do you
at least,
remember listening to me complain in the movie theater about how much was different?
yep, I remember.
Because you gave me the book to borrow the day before the movie came out.
Yep. It was all
Listeners,
fresh
you're
in your
learning
head.
a lot about our friendship now.
Yep. And I just remember crying and cheering with a whole bunch of people because I think we went opening weekend.
We did. I think it might have been opening night.
Oh, dang, we did?
I'm pretty sure. It was you, me, and Grace.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a point in the theater where I'm sitting between them, and both of them are crying on my shoulders. But like I remember patting them both on the heads, looking at the screen, just completely desensitized to this moment as they're crying.
Yeah, good times. Good times. Next one is The Lucky One, a book about fame.
I could have taken some very easy answers away from you, but I didn't.
Oh,
The Unraveling of Cassidy Holmes by Alyssa R. Sloan.
nice.
Support authors of color, friends.
Woo. Were you thinking of a Taylor Jenkins Reid related answer?
Yeah.
Yeah. So did I. That's why I avoided it. I said An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green.
Love that.
Yep.
I know.
Still haven't read the sequel, but whatever.
I just know that you love TJR more than I do, so I wanted to give you every opportunity.
Oh, thank you. You were thinking of me like, oh, give Alyson the opportunity, and I'm thinking, I should do something different this time.
But like I love The Unraveling of Cassidy Holmes. I am so excited for the author's next book. I'm
Ooh.
waiting for the pub date. But she writes about young women who experience fame at different points and experience different issues because of it. Very heavy topics, mental health wise. Lots of content warnings for things like SA.
Yeah, all the fun, lighthearted stuff.
But it's the dark side of fame that's very much there
Mm-hmm.
that we're learning about more and more these days. I'm,
Jeanette McCurdy.
I was gonna say I'm glad my mother died.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, transitioning out of that topic.
Sarah must flip the page.
Oh yeah. There's many notes, guys. Many questions.
We're on to page 2.
Woo! Okay. Everything has changed. A book that changed you or your taste in reading.
Part of me has to mention Tuesdays with Maury by Mitch Albom.
Okay.
Part of me also has to mention Frederick Bachman, though I can't decide which book because like two of them have really profoundly affected me. Alyson, we need to go to the movies when the adaptation of A Man Called Ova comes out.
And I need to read it. When's it coming out again?
January.
Okay. I need to read it then. very soon.
I'm gonna reread it. I think it's like mid-January, but like I need someone with me for that movie.
Yeah.
And Tom Hanks is
I
over.
know, Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
We love Tom Hanks in this house.
We do.
Yep.
We do.
But anyway, trying to think. I guess for me, I would say Becoming, the first Michelle Obama memoir. By the way, the new one's out. I just picked it up today.
Nice.
Yep. But cause like that was like the first like memoir I read that kind of like, planted the seed for me to eventually really get into more into memoirs, because like this past year has been like the year where I've read more memoirs. So I guess, yeah, Becoming's the one that planted the seed for me to do it, because we were taking creative nonfiction that semester, and our professor was like, read the Michelle Obama book, because that's an example of an amazing, like, well-written memoir. So yeah, memoirs. Woo! Starlight, a book that makes you feel warm, cozy, and magical.
Is Crumbs by Danny Sterling.
Yay. What did I say? A book that makes me feel warm, cozy, and magical. I guess Sorcery of Thorns.
You know what I bet would make us both feel that way if we actually read it again? Well, you read it again and I read it for the first time.
What?
Howl's Moving Castle.
Yes.
We watched the movie together.
I love that movie so much. Okay.
They like a bacon burn.
Yeah. All right. Let's try to power through this, because clearly Wi-Fi, this Zoom call keeps wanting to disconnect us. All right, begin again. A book you want to reread.
In the holidays.
And every book that'll eventually get featured on this podcast.
Pretty much. We've mentioned wanting to reread how many books today?
Like Night Circus. What else do I want to reread? I should eventually at some point reread An Ember in the Ashes, because I keep talking about it, but I've only read it once. I also should reread An Absolutely Remarkable Thing, so I can finally read the sequel.
Take a sip of water every time we say we want to reread a book. You'll be fully hydrated by it.
Oh yeah. Okay, next question.
Yes.
The Moment I Knew, a book that looks happier than it actually is.
Memoirs of an Imaginary Friend by our beloved friend Matthew Dix.
How could I not think of that one? Oh my god.
It came to me suddenly and I went, that is the answer.
That is perfect.
When you hear a book about an imaginary friend, you imagine there being kidnapping.
Yeah, you don't think of that as a plot line.
I mean, you also don't think of robbers saving the person that they used to rob.
Yeah. Why did I? Oh, I said Beach Read by Emily Henry, because a lot of emotions happen in that book, and it's such a happy, colorful book. It's like, oh, rom-com romance called Beach Read, and then it's like, I didn't expect emotional damage. It wasn't like terrible. It was still, for the most part, a beach read, ha ha ha. But wasn't expecting it still.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the thing I was singing earlier, Come Back, Be Here, book series you want to make a resurgence.
Wolves of Mercy Falls.
Woo.
We're already back in vampires and werewolves anyway.
Yep. She can bring back the world if she wants to. Yep. I said the prequel series to the original Land of Stories series, because there's a lot of the original Land of Stories series has 6 books. The prequel is a trilogy, so it's half of that, but there is so much in that world. Chris Colfer, if you're listening, please, please, please. I want Bristol and her friends to have more adventures, please, because we know she's a character in the original.
series 2, but because so we know she has an interesting life. Like
Get on that, Cole.
Yep, I want to see more of the dragons, please. But anyway, oh no, Mia, she's making noises again. Oh well, we can get through this. Girl at Home, a book that makes you feel like you're betraying your favorite book, author, or character.
New Moon makes me want to betray Alice and Edward.
Yeah.
They betrayed us in a big way.
Yeah, they do. Got a girl at home and everybody knows that. Such a catchy song.
But when she's writing the emails to Alice because she has no one.
Mm-hmm. What the
October, November,
fuck?
December, January.
Yep. And Ray's barking. I don't know. I struggled with this so much I couldn't think of one. Fuck me.
Maybe an author's weakest book?
What?
Maybe an author's weakest book?
Okay, the solitaire, I don't know.
See, team, I try to help where I can.
Yep. Thank you. But anyway, moving on, because that's the best I can do. Ronan, a book you loved as a kid. Okay, I lied again. This is another time where I came up with 2 answers. But I said Magic Treehouse, because that's a staple. And then going back to very early childhood, I said The Very Hungry Caterpillar.
I went to very early childhood with the Rainbow Fish.
Yay!
The Rainbow Fish was my favorite.
I
These are the scales of a killer, Bella.
Yeah. Oh, and of course, like, the Dr. Seuss classics, I read The Cat in the Hat and Green Eggs and Ham the most, and The Cat in the Hat Comes Back. And I always loved reading a Franklin book that Grandma had at her house. So all the memories are coming back now.
Do you know what I saw in public recently and screeched over because it brought me back to being a little kid?
What?
Spot the dog. That little dog Spot.
Oh my god!
They're still doing reprints of Spot.
All right.
I loved him.
All right. Better Man, which is another good song to belt to when you're feeling emotions. A book with a dark/morally gray love interest.
First of all, fun fact, I didn't know that Taylor Swift wrote it until it was on Red.
Same. Same.
I've heard the Little Big Town version for years.
Mm-hmm.
My answer for this one is This Is How We Lose the Time War. Because Red and Blue are both very morally gray.
I said I can't remember the guy's name, but I said the love interest, or one of them, I guess. But you know what I'm talking about if you've read the book from The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
Still haven't gotten around to that.
Yeah, but it's but for those who've read the book, you guys know which one I'm talking about. Anyway, nothing new. An older book you've read recently and loved. Sarah, I think you can guess what my answer is.
Anne of Green Gables.
Yes.
Mine's one I gave earlier, Tuesdays with Maury, because I realized while preparing my list that Tuesdays with Maury is older than I am.
Oh, wow.
The book's 25 years old.
Dang.
You say as that's the age you currently are.
I know. How dare you not be the same age as me at the same time ever?
It's sad.
Mm-hmm. Despite the fact that, we're both in the same graduating class, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Babe, a book where a character gets cheated on. I adore this book, but technically, there is cheating that happens with one of the main characters, Anna and the French Kiss.
Evidence of the Affair by Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's in the title.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of cheating in that. All right, what's the next question, Sarah?
I bet you think about me, a book you think a lot about after you finished it.
I mean, Anne of Green Gables.
Daisy Jones and the Six.
Yeah,
Like, did they turn out okay?
I know.
A lot of shit happened in that book.
Yeah, I don't think it did.
I mean, they're alive enough where what's their face's kid interviews them all for the book.
Mm-hmm.
If I spoiled you, you had years to read it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. When did that book come out? Like 2017?
Something like that.
2018?
Something like that.
Okay. I know dates.
Our next one's Forever Winter.
Yep. A book that deals with mental health.
The Wicker King by Kay Ancrum.
I said fangirl again.
Valid.
Yep. And also Heartstopper, especially volume 4. Yeah. Look up the trigger warnings, guys, because especially for eating disorder on volume 4.
And keep that in mind if you try to read the novella this winter.
Yep. Almost forgot about that one. Thank you.
I try.
Yep. All right. Again, moving on from slightly dark topic. Run. If you were going to run away and only take one book with you, which one would it be? I didn't even write down an answer. I just wrote down question mark, question mark, question mark, and then exclamation points because I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to answer this?
What do you think mine is?
Is it Ari and Dante?
Yeah, it's Ari and Dante.
There we go.
I've already read that book like 5 times, and I don't usually reread more than once, so 5 is a damn number.
Yep. As for me, I mean, Radio Silence is definitely contender, but my copy of Clockwork Princess is signed. Like, I refuse to answer. I can't answer this question.
I'm incredibly tempted to get myself a signed copy of Ari and Dante.
Do it.
Because the author sells them through his website.
And I never knew this. So on that note, the very first night, which I really love listening to.
Yes.
But a book you read in one sitting / one night. I said Arden Grey because it was the last book I read that I finished in a day.
And every morning the way home gets longer and longer by Frederick Bachman.
That's the title?
And every morning the way home gets longer and longer. I've read that novella in one sitting twice.
Dang.
It's always a time because that's usually a sign that my mental health is not great.
Okay.
It's about a grandparent with either Alzheimer's or dementia losing his memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually when I miss my grandfather that I pick that book up.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve 2 years ago? Christmas Eve 2 years ago.
Oh boy.
All Too Well, 10-minute version.
We're here already?
Somehow.
Oh,
2 Zoom calls and multiple technical difficulties later.
Oh man. Like, it's like the universe was like, Allison's already tired and is going to be chaotic for the episode. Let's make it even more chaotic.
Pretty much.
But anyway, what was it? Like a book over 600 pages, right?
Yes, which I don't have an answer for. I've never read a book that long.
That's true. Just say Breaking Dawn or Eclipse.
Breaking Dawn. Breaking
Yeah,
Dawn.
just say Breaking Dawn. I'll say Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
And on to the last one. No, there is no last one.
There's the last
order. I wrote things out of order because I was copying off of your screenshots, and all of them didn't come in order.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the end of the tag. So Sarah, you want to outro? 'Cause I can't.
Well, team, here we are again at the end of an episode of Bookish Babbles. Alyson and I will have our socials in the show notes, as well as potentially a trailer for Ari and Dante, if one exists, as well as the creator of this tag, who we couldn't remember.
Yeah, but I will find it when I'm more awake.
But remember, dear listeners, hydrate before you dihydrate. Go sit down with a good book, and
Yeah.
we'll see you next time.
And don't forget, and make sure you get adequate amount of sleep, guys.
Yes, do that.
This episode is proof of that.
This episode is brought to you by sleep deprivation.
Anyway, thank you everyone so much for listening. I always appreciate it. Thank you, Sarah, for carrying the show and being on as usual. Yeah, y'all are getting a good a real version of me right now.
This is as real as it gets, guys.
Yeah. But anyway, with minimal editing. But anyway, I hope y'all have a great day / night. Yeah, because I'm putting this episode out after we wrap up Catching Fire movie. So next time I talk to you, we'll be on Mockingjay. Ah, I know we're last book in the Hunger Games series. I can't believe it. And then moving on to a lot of things. Oh, okay, Charger being weird, but whatever. That's just normal for this episode now. But have a good night, everyone. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.
This is why I do things recorded and not live. Woo!
Can you imagine a live show?
No. Because like I used to fit. Like as a kid, I was like, oh, doing a web show live because watching iCarly. I'm like, that would be so much fun. Imagine me doing a web show live.
I'd pay to sit in the front with a bottle of wine and watch, and I don't even drink wine. I don't know who the wine would be for.